This is James Lutton, delighted to be joined with Nigel Benn and Steve Collins here at the Premier Suite for Scott Murray's event tonight. You two are top of the table. What's it like doing these sort of events now?
We've been doing them from the 90s. That's how long we've been doing them, from when I retired in 98. I started.
First event we've done together, I think the big one was in Scotland in 2002, wasn't it? We lived together on a mountain in a cottage, a little house.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I do remember you were cooking, mate. I never dropped weight as quick in all my life. You know what I mean?
I believe that.
What was the best or worst meal we cooked you?
I don't know. It was something he caught and we killed that day. You know? I think it was a fish. Didn't go down well.
Talk to me about what is it like to fight each other and then become such good friends afterwards. What is it about boxing that does that to people?
Well, do you know what it is? It's certain people that would just gel. I gel well with Michael, gel well with Steve, no problem at all. But the other person just doesn't work. He rubs people up the wrong way. You don't see him here, do you? Me, Michael, we all fought, but I think we respect each other. We don't talk down to each other. We're older men. We're nearly in our 60s, but you know what? We love each other. We had a good career together, and we all just move in love. We put it behind us, but with him, he'll come in here and he'll try and take over the night. That's what he's like, and so we don't want that. We all share this all together as a family. As brothers it's like brothers in the rings. We're all like brothers when we retire. We're all close. We're all close. We might not see Steve for 2 or 3 years, but you know what? It's like I only saw him yesterday. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's absolutely it's pure respect for Nigel. I've got to know Nigel since he retired as a person, and I know so much more about him, about his past, how he come through life, and where he is today, and where he is and what he is today. I have the height of regard and respect for Nigel, and I think he's a great example to all of us in all sports to come through and to be. People say what you've done. I look at people where they are and where they're at, and what he's done, but where he is, where he's at, and what he is now. I've got the greatest respect for Nigel because it could have went many different ways, but his character, his person, and his heart is where he and why he is where he is today. And actually, I really like his company.
We laugh.
Yeah, we do.
We laugh a lot.
Sense of humour, yeah. But we've put a lot in common. We've a lot more in common than people realise.
Try to bash the granny at me and we can still laugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it now. I'll tell you that now. I had no sense then. No, I just like Nigel. He's a very easy company to be with. I remember the time we were in Spain and you were there when Conor was a young lad. And you wouldn't, you were fooling around. I just thought, just very down to earth, ordinary guy off camera. Believe it or not.
What's that like to really see each other's true identities away from the ring, away from the height of, you want to punch each other in the face? What's it like to see what you actually really like after that?
Well, me personally, it was a job that we had to do, but at the same time, we respect each other, and I always got to go back to the other person because I think at the end of the day, he still carry on that persona. And that's the funny thing. If he was being himself, where he tries to pretend that he's the gentleman and stop being like how he is, being an idiot that he is, I think at the end of the day we will respect him more. But he's still living on that pedestal, that thinking that he's a gentleman. He's so far from it. We know the truth.
Listen, it's called narcissism, and it's there and it exists, and that's it. End of. You know what I mean? He's a narcissist.
Talk to me about. Absolutely. Talk to me a bit about life after boxing. Obviously, doing these events, you both seem very happy. Talk to me about after retirement. Well, first of all, is it hard to retire from the sports? Boxing is all you guys know when you're growing up, but now looking back, are you pleased with your post-retirement life?
Do you know what? I can answer that question straight away. Was it hard to retire? No, absolutely not. I think if you know who I am and the lifestyle that I lived, I was so glad to get out, retire from boxing, and then kind of really just come back to normality. It's only when I became a Christian that my life changed, my life was transformed. That's where I am today,
To me, retirement was like a weight off my shoulders. For 25 years, I obviously started boxing a little younger than age than Nigel. Nigel came very late in the game. I boxed non-stop for 25 years. I was on a diet, slept, ate, drank, boxing for 25 years, and when I retired, it was like a major weight off my shoulders. But the militant life left a void, and I eventually recouped and got into my life I'm in now. I'm very happy. I farm, got my animals, and I'm very busy and I'm very active. So I'm happy in my retirement. Yeah.
Final question. You both mentioned it was easy to retire. It was hard doing the boxing, doing the training, etc. You both had boys go into the sport. Did you ever not want them to go into boxing? Did you ever not want Conor to go into boxing because you know the business well?
I didn't want to get in boxing, but being honest with you, I'm glad he chose that path, because he will be a world champion. He's absolutely the level of his training compared to mine is like it's just another level. So he's going to go far in the game.
In my family, every boy has boxed. Some show up, some may fight, some may not fight, some may do white collar, some may even gone on. My own son went on and won a national title and had professional boxing, and I encourage all boys to box because I think it's a great discipline. It's a great bond they develop with the opponents and guys in the gym. And nowadays, actually, lady boxing is acceptable, so I have no problem with ladies boxing in my family. And I think it's a great sport. Once it's done under supervision and contained and properly matched, I don't think any sport could top it.
Steve, Nigel, thank you for your time. Enjoy tonight. Thank you again.
Thank you very much to. Nigel just took off there because someone's brought a tray of food in, and I want to get over there before it's gone. But before I go, I want to say thank you to Scott and Murray for putting the show on tonight. Another great event, and keep up the good work.